Hi, it's Jan from Twinks Stampin'. I'm an independent UK demonstrator and I've come along today to show you a card that I made yesterday. Not one that I would normally make, or maybe it is, I don't know, but I often struggle with putting animals on cards, or birds in this case. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's very clean and simple, which is what I like. I've said before, I'm not comfortable with lots of papers and stuff like that, but I enjoyed doing this one. You can see around the edges. I've glittered around the edges just to make it pop a little bit. I've used the gorgeous newly discovered to me, the new embossing folders, which are the minis, which are these. These are going to be released on the 4th of August to customers. There's two, oops, sorry, I didn't get the other one out. There are two embossing folders in this one, and they're going to be used, or can be used, in the mini die cutting machine that Stampin'Up are going to be releasing shortly. One is like I don't know, it's kind of like a basket weave but not, and this one is like stitching, or pergamano it reminds me of. If I stand still, there you go. It's kind of like a pergamano pattern. I've not used that one yet. But anyway, I'm going to use that today. Well, that's the one I've used. And we're going to use the lovely Birds and Branches set. Now, I absolutely love birds. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, yep, I've got to have it. And it's been sitting in my craft room now for weeks and weeks because I've not known what to do with it. I don't know. I've just not been inspired to do anything. So I thought last night I'd get it out and have a play, and this is what I come up with. So I'm barely using any of the stamps in there. It also comes with a matching die set, which is, excuse me, matching die set. Oh, pulled out the wrong one. Called Birds and More Dies. Oops, I've left me little birds in there. Oops. Because you can actually cut them out without having to stamp, this one and this one, which are these delightful little things here. Beautiful. And they're opposites. So you could use those if you wanted to. But I obviously used this one and this one to cut out my stamps, and they're 2-step, 3-step stamping, whatever you call it. I'm only going to use those two and those two. I've not ventured with adding that, which would have given it an even more 3D effect, but I just did those two. I think I was in a bit of a hurry last night when I was out here playing, wanting to get indoors, because the days are pretty long at the moment with all the things that I've got going on. So anyway, I've had a little play and this is what I've come up with, and I thought I would show you how I put this together. It's very, very simple, very, very quick, and I hope you like it. So let's get cracking. So you're going to need your basic base card, 14.8 by 21, scored at 10.5 centimetres. Okay, I'm not quite sure what the equivalent is in inches. I think it's something like 5 3/4 inches by 8 3/4, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. But I think you don't use the I'm talking about the international market. I believe you use a different size piece of card to start with anyway. But this looks like it's 8 and 8 3/8 maybe by say 5 and 3/4. Anyway, so the base card, my normal 14.8, 21, scored at 10.5. And then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White, which measures 8 centimetres by 12 centimetres. I was introduced to this size mat at the weekend at a online retreat that I did, run by Kim Fee of Simply Fairies, and I'm loving it. I absolutely love that size. Makes whatever you've put on this piece pop. So anyway, 8 by 12 centimetres, and then I ran that through used my embossing folder, and I ran it through the Big Shot. Okay, I didn't think you'd need to see me doing that this morning. Then you're going to need a strip of patterned paper. Now, the patterned paper that I've used comes from the new pack of card from the Plaid Tidings. Now, I love Plaid. I know a lot of people do. I loved it because it reminds me of Christmas. It also reminds me of autumn, like harvest festival sort of times. Yeah, but I love Plaid. Love Plaid. You get 48 sheets, I believe. 48, yeah, 48 sheets, and I believe there are 4 of each, and they are double-sided, which always makes it so difficult for me to choose. But I suppose at least I get 4 of one sheet. That's the, oh no, that's not the pattern I've chosen, is it? No, it's very close to, but not the same. Some of them are very, very bold and bright. That reminds me of a shirt. Maybe I knew someone who had a shirt like that, I don't know, but it reminds me of a shirt. Black and white was very popular. I like that one. Yeah, oops, went that one a bit too quick. That one's quite nice too, isn't it? But then I like this one as well. So I've chosen this one, which was that. The full sheet was that. Okay, sort of a green, not normally my choice, but I thought it went nice because it had a very, I knew I wanted to make my birds yellow. I knew I wanted to make them yellow. So I wanted a card that would pick the yellow out. So that was my thinking there. And then you need another strip of Whisper White. It measures 2 centimetres. Oh, I've written it on the back. 9 centimetres by 2 centimetres, or 3.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch, roughly. It's not exact. Okay, that is going to have your sentiment on. The sentiment I used once again, and I know you must be bored stiff with seeing me stamping this, is your kindness is so appreciated. But I really do think that these cards are the ones that I use the most. So that's that one. You could put any sentiment you like on. That is going to sit on there. We're going to stamp that and emboss. I haven't done it this time. I can do that today. Okay, so that's for the sentiment. Now I think what we'll do is we'll get the sentiment out of the way straight away so that the noise is over and done with. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm lucky I can actually talk today. The last few days I've not been feeling 100%. I'm sure it's hay fever. I'm absolutely sure it's hay fever, and I'm a little bit husky today. I've managed to find some antihistamines or citrusine, whatever it's called, and hopefully it will start clearing up. But it has been a affecting me quite badly this year. This is probably the first, maybe the second year that I've had it. Last year was nowhere near as bad as it is this year. But apparently it affects us all in different ways. Okay, so I am going to heat this up now. I stamped it using my own black ink pad. I've put clear embossing powder on it, and now I'm just going to heat it up. Sorry for the noise. I'll just wait for the heat gun to heat right up, and it won't take me quite so long. You see it to start to turn now. There's no need to waft it. Just go over the stamped image slowly, and it's done. There we go. Now I'm just going to put that to one side. So that's the worst bit done and out of the way. That bit is always the bit that I don't like doing for you, because I know that it's annoying to listen to somebody else's heat gun, but it has to be done, I'm afraid. It'd be pointless me doing a video if I don't show sometimes what I'm doing. Right, next we'll do the birds, and I'm going to use, going to be using I love the clear ones. See exactly where you're going. I'm going to get all 4 of them out, so there's not too much rustling going on. I don't need to use the feet. I did do the feet and then landed up cutting them off when I did them, so I didn't bother with the feet. Right, I want my block, which I have put down here. Okay. I'm going to try and get them both on the same block. And I stamped those using crumb cake ink. And a scrap piece of whisper white. Make sure they're well and truly inked up. There we go, that one's a bit close. Then I placed my next image, my next stamp, sorry, over where I've just stamped. Let's get these off. Quickly wipe them down in my Simply Chamois, my disgusting Simply Chamois. But it works, and as I said before, I don't get the transfer of ink from this to my hand, so it doesn't matter. It has been rinsed off. I'm always sad that it leaves the ink colour on my my clear stamps, because you would like them to stay pristine, don't you? I can't see over the top of that. That's better. Now I'm hoping that I've got that fairly accurate. Then I'm going to place my block over the top. So now, with a bit of luck, straighten my finger. Bit of luck. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using So Saffron for this one. I like the subtle colour, So Saffron. Right, now we're going to pop these, and hopefully I've lined them up correctly. Don't like this bit. Hold your breath down. Whew. Now we take it off and reveal time. Ah, it's perfect. Well, it's perfect to me. That's absolutely fine. So that's how I do mine. To line them up, I actually lay the block images over the top of my stamped image, and that way hopefully you get it fairly accurate. Let's get all the bits and pieces out of the way. I shall quickly just simply chamois my little birds so that they don't get ruined. Put this one on. I think you can do that pretty much with all of the stamps in that way, by laying them over the top of your other image. So it's a much easier way than trying to stick them on your block and try and get them accurate. Not that it really matters, I'm sure. Okay, we are going to now cut these out with the Big Shot. I'll be very, very gentle. Oops. Okay. Find the correct dies. This one, as I say, is very, very tight. Our little baby birds have all flown the nests. It's quite quiet actually. They don't half make a noise. Right, there we go. Fingers crossed. Oops. Now I was thinking about going back to classes, or running my classes again in August. But now they're saying that masks will be needed in all enclosed spaces. I'm not quite sure what people are going to think about having to wear a mask for 3 hours in my class, or 2 hours, however long the class is. Whichever, well, should I say, it sounds like I don't know how long my classes are. What I meant was that I have a class of 2 hours and I have a class of 3 hours. I'm not quite sure how my ladies will feel about having to wear a mask for 3 hours. I have not even experienced wearing a mask yet, because as I say, I've not been out anywhere. But I'm not sure it'd be comfortable enough to wear a mask for 3 hours. Because obviously my studio is in an enclosed area, so really don't know. Anyway, sorry if I've digressed. Now I'm going to put this together. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal because it's nice and quick. Do like this stuff. I've had to keep rolling it on for some reason. I've obviously not quite got the knack. It always seems to be when I've finished, so maybe I'm not quite so careful when I've finished about the way I tick off. There we go. Whoops, it's all stuck to my finger. Oh, I even took some card away there. Now that shows you just how sticky that is. Oh, constantly got black bits of glue on me. It's about there, isn't it? If you're screaming at me because it's not quite straight, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. No. This is the only thing I don't like about doing a video, because I know that I don't get things straight. I really don't know why. I wish there was an easier way of doing it. Right, that's going down and it's staying down, and that's it. That's it. It's going down. Doesn't look straight to me, but whatever. Okay, now I've still got it stuck to my finger. Your sentiment. I'm ever so sorry. I seem to be getting quite disjointed today, don't I? I've got my this is from my stash. I wanted a very subtle rounded edge. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite subtle. Glue everywhere. It's quite subtle. So I've used my small, very small corner rounder that's on my little envelope punch. Now, is that as long as I want it? Do I want it? Yeah, that'll do. See, it's very, very subtle. Very subtle. That needs to be a little... Trim that off just a tad. Just a tad. Right, okay. There we go. That's that done. Then what I did was I put some glue on the back of this and I actually attached that. But before I did that, I made a flag. And this one's quite good because it's got a little line that I can go by. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing ever needs to be perfect. It is a piece of card. Of course you want it right first time, but we don't always get it right first time, do we? Obviously I want the yellow showing. That's right. So I'm going to put just a tiny piece along the bottom there. Holding my breath again. Anybody else do that? So that is going to sit on pads wherever you want it to sit. Okay. You need your big dimensionals. It doesn't have to be all over. I'll just put 3 on there. Make a nice little pile of mess there. If I put it all in one place, it'd be easier to tidy up. I am going to put a little dot on the back of these. The reason I do this, for those that don't know, is so that I have a little bit of wiggle room. Because once those pads are down, they're down. So I'm going to have it about there, I think. And it's quite nice because I have almost a line to go by, so that looks pretty straight to me. Do you know what I didn't do? Do you know what I didn't do? I didn't put my glitter on, did I? So I am going to do that right now, and I'm going to use my ruler and my glue pen. Normally you see me roll a pen around the edges, but of course Let's turn that over now. I have left it too late to do it because I've stuck it down already. And hopefully this will work. But this is just another way you can do it if you don't have one of those big pens that I've got. If you've got yourself, I mean, most people have got these quickie glue pens. A lot of people use them for sticking things like sequins and stuff down. Okay, let's try this out. If it doesn't work, then I have failed. Okay. Let me spoon. I think it's working. I shall clean it up in a minute, don't worry. I cannot have a card that's meant to have glitter on it, not have glitter on it. Well, I wouldn't be showing you the right card then, would I? So just brush it off where I don't want it. Just push that in. That's it. Gets everywhere, doesn't it? But I love it. There we go. Makes all the difference to me. I'm going to just quickly wipe up my bench because I have got it on here. And you'll be able to see it shining. I made a right mess today. Let's just wipe that off. Dry it. There we go. Okay, I thought I'd lost my birds then. They're over here. Now your birds had Wink of Stella. I know I go over the top with sparkly, but just a little bit. I wish you could see these in person. I just think it makes a difference. There are a lot of people out there who really cannot stand glitter. I don't know why. It is messy, but you can soon wipe it off. I'm sorry if I keep going out of shot. Can't see. Okay. Honestly, Jan. It is first thing in the morning. I don't normally film first thing in the morning. I normally do it in the afternoons. But because I did this card late last night, I thought, you know, I might as well get it done while it's all fresh in my mind. And then you're just going to place in one there. And one over here. Leave yourself enough room to do your heart. Oh, I think they're adorable. Okay, so then I stamp out the little heart. That also comes in your stamp set. It's right down here. It's not a perfect heart. It's quite sweet though. It's quite sweet. Just pop it on there. I'm going to use the same colour, the So Saffron. You always think you haven't done quite enough inking when you look at that. I'm just popping down here. Now, yesterday I couldn't be bothered to get the dies back out but I think we will today. I cut that out freehand on my other card, but I'm going to actually cut this out with the die. Do it properly. So I'm just going to run this over to my machine. There's no point in me dragging it all the way over there to you. This is when the new die cutting machine's going to come to its own, because I've got to use this blooming great machine for this tiny little heart. Won't be a minute. Oops. I think I actually preferred it when I cut it out myself. It's got quite a bit of white showing on that one. Hey ho. Doesn't matter. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back, just a small piece, and I'm going to use my tweezers. These are so tiny. And I'm going to pop it in the middle. Do you know what? I would actually much prefer to cut that. What do you think? I'm going to cut that bit there because there's too much white going on here. I'm going to probably mess it right up, but I don't like it. Oh, it's got all quiet in here. My laptop was making quite a noise. The fan was on. Really quite noisy. I'm just going to pop it there. Like that. How's that? Beautiful. Now, I am going to put a gem on it. I know my other one hasn't got a gem on it, but that was probably because I forgot last night. I'm just looking for my pick. What have I done with it? It's here. So it's an awful mess in here. I should have a good tidy up when I finish this. Not got a lot left in here. I'm just going to pop one here. Or maybe put that in there. Oh, yes. Yes. Just pop that in the centre of my heart. There we go. Beautiful. I am very happy with that. I'm sorry if everything was a bit disjointed today. As I say, it's first thing in the morning. No, what do you think? I think it's lovely. Anyway, thank you very, very much for hanging in there with me. Hope you enjoyed today's card. Yeah, I really, really have enjoyed doing that. This card actually opens the same way, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I had a feeling then I'd opened it that way, but no, I've had it the normal way. Anyway, you can have it whatever way you want to. Thank you for stopping by today. If you liked what you've seen today, please, please, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. If you would like to purchase any of the products that I've used today, which has been the birds and branches and the die set that goes with it, or the plaid papers, or the flowering blooms, which was this one. I've had lots of use out of this one. All the details will be down below. My contact details are also down below, which includes my online shop, my blog, which is www.twinkstampin.co.uk, or my email's also there should you need to contact me for any reason. But yes, that's it. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.